So Torq is a no-code automation platform for security and operation teams. Our mission is basically to enable anyone in security teams, in IT operation teams, to take a process that they currently run manually and convert it into something that happens automatically, deciding whether they want to remove the human factor completely out of it or just bring humans into the automation loop at the required points. And the most important part of this is really to enable anyone, no coding experience required for that. So the talk was about comparing traditional security orchestration and response platform, traditional ways of trying to do automation on cybersecurity with Torq. The content was really around pretty much, so the promise, the need for security, for automation in security operations is well known. I think that very few people would question that need, because today the job of security teams, and particularly the SOC team, is driven by manually executed processes, which are also filled with repetitive tasks. So they are the perfect candidate for automation. And the benefits of automation, those processes are well known. So you reduce the mean time to remediation, the mean time to detect, the mean time to response. You are making the teams more efficient, and you have more homogeneous security operations that will not, things will happen in the same way regardless of who is on shift. Right? So the benefits are well known. However, there is very little adoption of automation, in spite of the fact that there has been a lot of investment in mostly in SOAR platform. So I wanted to reflect why has the conventional approach to security automation failed? Well, if not failed, has not completely succeeded. Automation is not implemented to the extent it was intended when those investments were made. And for me, the main reason for that is basically that traditional approach to automation, whether do it yourself or use a SOAR, are very complex. Not everyone in a security operation team can actually use them. You must be very experienced on cybersecurity, but also you must be an experienced software developer, and the number of such profiles is very small. And that turns out into automation being partially adopted. So what's the solution for that? The solution is to provide an automation platform that actually enables everyone to take an automatically driven process and convert that into something that happens automatically without having to develop a single line of code in the process. Yeah, sure, that's a great question. So Torq is delivered as a SaaS platform. It's a software as a service. So we are cloud-based. From the cloud security and cloud compliance standpoint, I think we have our customer covered. We are ISO 27001 certified. We are SOC 2 Type 2 certified. We are GDPR compliant. And basically this gives the, it brings simplicity into also the adoption of Torq, because there isn't anything that you have to deploy actually. Well, pretty much anything. I will cover that a little bit in a little bit more detail in a minute. So you don't have to plan for server or VM infrastructure and take care of the scalability and run software upgrades or anything around that. Torq takes care of all that for you, so you can focus on orchestrating and automating your processes. And then probably the follow-up question on this would be, okay, so then I have to expose my internal security stack to Torq, which is cloud-based? And gladly, the answer to that is no. So Torq, while being a cloud-based platform, can seamlessly integrate with hybrid cybersecurity and IT stacks. So Torq can interface with your IT and security systems which are deployed in private infrastructure, whether that is private cloud or legacy private data center infrastructure. So think about probably your SIEM. Your SIEM is not exposed to the internet. Perhaps it is if it is based on a cloud native SIEM platform, sorry. But in the more general case, it will not be the case, or maybe we have to interface, I don't know, with Microsoft Active Directory, which is obviously not being exposed. So how does this work with Torq? How can we interface with those systems? How can we integrate with hybrid environments? We do that by asking our customers to deploy a piece of software called the Step Runner. The Step Runner is delivered as a Docker container. So basically, you can create as many step runners as you want in your Torq environment, and then to deploy them, you just have to run a command in either your Docker server or your Kubernetes infrastructure, and that will deploy the step runner. And the step runner, once it is installed, will open an outgoing connection, an outgoing TLS mutually authenticated connection between that runner and Torq infrastructure. This is compatible with firewalls, with secure web gateways, so that we can integrate with your on-prem infrastructure without you having to change anything, your routing, your security policies, anything.